right, here on the show, we aim to give information as well on how people can get help. We have provided tips on your pulmonary health, about the air quality. We've provided tips on mental health. But right about now, I just thought of inviting an insurance expert, because during this time of the LA fires, for those who have been affected, what is the process? When you talk about insurance, what is a general sense out there?
So basically, that's a two-prong question. So in terms of the insurance industry, the public, what is it that's important for them to know? So first is know the carrier. Right away, file a claim.
Okay. I know that there are some claims where you have to assess the damage, but you can just adjust that another time.
Later.
Because what happens is with these insurance agencies, insurance companies, they entertain claims on a first come, first served basis.
Then you will be assigned an adjuster or claim representative. But more importantly is really know your claim number. Because every time you call, you would have to reference your claim number so they can then pull up your file. Once you do that, I think really what's important is having some sort of like your claims recovery journal or diary. You will put the date and time that you've spoken with someone, who you spoke with, their phone number, their extension, maybe the gist, a one line, two line of what you talked about. This way you have really a structure of where your claim is going, who is answerable, who told you which, and when.
Right.
Very important, keep all your receipts. Take photos of your receipts or do what you can in order for you to always have something for reimbursement purposes.
Melody, a fire insurance is not necessarily a part of a general home insurance.
It's normally part of. It's one of the basic peril.
Okay, of a home insurance.
Of a homeowner's insurance.
Right, okay, so if you have a homeowner's insurance, chances are you're covered for fire.
Exactly.
Good. So, but then who can file?
So if your home is affected and the cause of loss is fire, whether it's soot, whether it's debris, whether it's smoke inhalation, smoke damage, you file, that's all part of your homeowner's peril that they will cover.
But what's inside the house, is it generally covered by a fire insurance, homeowner's insurance?
Very good. Yes, so part of a general, what they call HO3 or HO4, those are just the terminology that they have on a certain homeowner policy. Most of them would definitely cover your structure, your dwelling, your contents, what's inside, and then importantly, this is good for your viewers. It's called loss of use.
Yes.
Additional living expense. So really, that's something you deal with your adjuster, your claim representative. That hey, you have you're now staying at a hotel, you're staying at an Airbnb, and then there's also keep your receipts on restaurant bills, because so anything that you're not doing on a normal basis, you're not daily going to the restaurant, right? So all of those are extra. So additional living expense, that's something that you can rely on your insurance to help you.
Right, and then the content, is that up to a certain amount? That's because I've heard of people taking out additional riders if they have more.
Yeah, actually, so yes, a typical homeowners, whether you touch it or not, would have some sort of a percentage of the dwelling. So if your dwelling limit, let's just say for easy math is, let's say 1 million. If you have $1 million property, around 700 some of that, 75%, etc., would be part of your contents right away. That's your furniture. Very good.
Right.
Furniture, appliances, clothing, those are part. However, I think you alluded to the endorsement. Very, very important.
Right.
And very much neglected.
Right.
What happens is people think, oh, I have 750,000 of contents. It'll include your jewelries, your artwork, etc. Rule of thumb is anything that increases in value.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So you would want some sort of an appraisal, and thus it will be scheduled. So you will have either what you call a personal articles policy, which schedules your jewelry. I remember one time you had a situation, but that's how you take care of that.
Right.
Artwork, memorabilia, collectibles, those fine arts, those
Right.
are all part of something that's not included in your contents.
Got it.
Or it will, but only up to a certain amount.
Yeah,
Very
so you
good,
have
yeah.
to talk to your agent
Very
about
good.
that too, because then I'm also hearing about like the couture clothing, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, not burned, but they're stinky now because of the smoke and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, so that's something that you can also have, let's say, dry cleaned
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot, and give to your claim representative.
Right. Okay. Now, general idea, we've gotten a lot of tips from you, but if they were to forget everything that we talked about, what is the one thing that they need to remember about insurance at this
Aha.
time? Yeah.
Make sure that it is active. Really, but it is. Unfortunately, a lot of people, because they're closing escrow, they're buying, therefore it's a necessary thing for them to keep, but then they do not continue
Right, right.
paying it, or so midterm, if it cancels, SOL, that's it.
Right.
So make sure, really, that's the truth, it has to be active. This is the wake-up call. So I'm really hoping that that people wouldn't have to wait until this type of thing happen. A regular, annual, even every other year, just check in with your agent, especially as you renovate, as you do remodeling, as you upgrade or you downsize. It's a good time to just make sure that everything is in line with truly what you have.